Well, last year, it was toward the end of May. Opened the arcade at 3 o'clock, like I do every day, pretty much. And phone rings, I grab it, and it was Walter Day on my phone. And he's like, "Yeah, this is Walter Day." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Well, Walter Day, of course, was the proprietor of Twin Galaxies, and he's the godfather. I mean, he'll make you an offer you can't refuse. At the time, nobody was keeping track of records anywhere, and he took the ball and ran with it. Nobody was doing it, and he had somebody that played for 24 hours at his arcade, and he called up the manufacturer of the game and says, "What's the world record?" And they said, "Well, I don't know." He says, "Well, how do you find out?" And they said, "Well, I don't know. Nobody keeps track of that stuff." So I thought, I'll do it.
Ottumwa's role was really it started out no different than any other town. We had maybe half a dozen little arcades here and there and little, unused buildings. And Ottumwa's role really didn't take off until Walter started promoting it. Walter being the ultimate promoter of whatever Walter was promoting. And he started recording, video game scores, and that's in the history books with what he's done. Started getting people calling in with the scores, and it was hard to authenticate anything, but you were starting to see names from all over the country. All of a sudden it turned into a national thing. We were an average town with average arcades, and all of a sudden Walter started promoting, and then all of these upper echelon of players started coming to the surface, and they were calling their arcade all the time.
Whatever it was that made me become the scorekeeper, I already had that tendency and that interest before I even thought of the scoreboard. Because when I would go out to arcades traveling, I was so intrigued by excellence in performance, by excellence in video game playing, that when I go to an arcade, I'd be intrigued to see what the highest tempo score was.
I know other people that know him, but I always felt like I've told Glenn, our paths would cross on our own terms.